What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Chop Shop. So if you remember, a couple weeks ago we fucked up with some plasti dip. So today we're going to try something different. You've probably read the title already, so why even bother? Roll that bumper. Cars come with it without it.
Did you plasti dip your third brake light?
Yeah.
How ghetto.
Did you get a new...
Like when you peel off a sunburn or something, you know?
Or like when you get a big booger out?
Yeah, but that feels good. I guess it doesn't feel good.
Feels good for your soul.
Alright, now that we've removed off that plasti dip that we fucked up from last time, we're gonna go ahead and get started with the cleaning. And now that the roof is cleaned, we're gonna go ahead and strip off all the molding around the side so that way we can tuck the vinyl nice and neatly and have the trim cover it when we're done.
Look at that. Neato.
Alright, so now we're laying down the sheet of vinyl and we're taping it to the front glass with a bit of an overhang. I'd say about maybe 6 inches. And now we're rolling the vinyl all the way to the back and cutting it off with another overhang of about 6 inches. And we're cutting off the side as well, so that we only have a little bit to play with as well, again, 6 inches. So it'd be kind of a pain in the butt to remove the headliner to drop this antenna. We took off a majority of it, so what we decided to do is just cut a tiny slit for it and just wrap around it and use that as our starting point. After we've cut that hole, we peeled back the paper and started to apply the vinyl to that rear end of the roof. So we stretched it out and pulled it tight on both sides and started to apply it nice and evenly. Now I'm starting to press it into the crevice right here where the trim snaps back into place. When we're getting ready to put it back, we're going to go ahead and cut around certain clips, but that way it tucks nice and neatly away. Having somebody to help you is definitely a really good thing, because peeling the paper back from the vinyl when trying to apply it is definitely really difficult when half of it's already stuck on and you don't want to mess up what you just worked on. So I started to work my way up on one side, and I definitely would not do that again when it comes to wrapping anything else in the future. I would definitely pull tight and do the whole thing as one. As you can see here, that it kind of started to crease in over itself. So I had too little and too much vinyl in certain areas. So I had to pull back some of the vinyl and start to work it back in. Using heat and my squeegee, I was able to stretch and kind of work the vinyl into place, and I ended up being okay. Now that the whole roof has finally been wrapped, I'm trimming down the edges to as close as possible. Once it's trimmed all around, I'm going to start feeding it under the weather stripping so it has a nice clean finish. Well, alright then, everything's been nicely cut and trimmed and tucked back where it should be. All molding has been placed back in and she's all done. It turned out pretty well. There were a few problem areas, but overall for a first time go, I definitely give it an 8 out of 10.
Alright, so it turned out pretty well. It's holding up pretty well so far. There were a little bit of creases in there from a bit too much stretching, but nothing too crazy. I did buy some vinyl sealer, so any little edges that did get messed up, we're going to try and go over. But it was a really good practice run. I'm thinking about doing something pretty, big with some vinyl wrap. I don't know, thinking about it. But yeah, so hopefully it lasts pretty well. So far it's been doing really good. It's been holding up through car wash and all that. We still have a little bit left, not enough to rewrap the whole roof if it gets messed up right away, but enough to maybe do some accent pieces inside or some little pieces outside. Who knows? Maybe we'll get to that. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
What? The acoustics in there made it so loud.